And actually, Party Parrot's biggest loss is against G2 Esports on a 13-4 scoreline. So you've got to give the edge to G2 on this. Is the way we've seen them demonstrate that aggression. And Ardis has absolutely been the superstar of Split in particular.
那么 Party Parrot 算是怎么来说呢？
For me, I'm calling a straight G2 2-0.
独联体为主的
from the
这样一
outset.
个
But let's
民间队伍。
hopefully see some life from Party
G2 的话，最近除了 DVDP 以外，其他4个人都签了。
Well, with a name like Party Parrots, you gotta hope that they're gonna be coming in this one with a fun mindset to get everything ready to go. Looks like we're gonna have everything start taking place back over towards A as the attackers are firmly lined up across the side of it. That's gonna be G2 making their approach.
欧烟位一个是 Brimstone， 一个是 Omen。然后突击位这边两边都是带了双突击，都是打了单信息位 Cypher。但左边的双突击是 Raze 加 Breeze， 右边的双突击是 Jet 加上 Breeze。 这就很有意思了，两边在英雄选择上面出现了比较大的分歧。
No, this is no surprise.
Mixwell 啊，G2 的绝对核心。
Dash player, actually no updraft available, so gonna maybe slow play this a little bit. But he's got the light armor and the ghost.
第一分，这边金东方的 G2 选择一个慢摸 A。
Play this time around. Usually we would see them pop off, and actually the shorty of Xiao
被喷子一喷撂倒。
Mixwell coming into this, and there you go. Ardis gonna push all the way onto site, find SSK. The blast back from Xiao.
Xiao 这个 Q 又炸死一个。 Ardis 此前是带了一个走的，现在3打4。
Very early here, Cage up on top of heaven, blocking out a little bit of vision. Repositions coming through as it looks like Party Parrots are going for a full-on flank coming around backside.
4打3的回防，两个人在家里面，两个人在 A 大。家里面两个人有点危险，哇！Xiao跟 Ardis 枪真的刚啊！2打3，而且是G2主动拉出去打，结果直接被对面劝退。
Just work on your aim a little bit while you're going for the defuse.
Again, we're seeing G2 opt for that post-plant aggression. We've seen them do that a number of times, in particular on Split. Get the spike down. They tried to make an aggressive play with the paranoia, sending it through screens there. Unfortunately, two of them stacked up and they come out on top of that engagement. But Party Parrots will get the pistol round on the board, and not necessarily a huge issue for G2, but it's always nice to get the first one on attack. Because we know how, I mean, again, we've seen it previously today, how easy it is for teams to get absolutely locked out.
很均匀的一个梯度。
Just run up a massive amount of wins on the defense and make it to where it is so hard to come back.
这边中路传射 ，Artist 没有太贪。这边上来了，这个位置 Mixwell 抓得很急，被打掉。Angel 这边下野，这边丢火，直接反弹火，哎，这个位置兄弟别给 Angel 送人头啊，兄弟。但是被 Artist 刷2个，没有问题 ，SSK 补掉。
Angel holding strong, farming a few eco kills there.
2比0 ，PP 开头很顺利，大强局。
confidence boost obviously in round 2, but again a bit of a throwaway round from G2. You can see Mixwell just trying to charge down mid with that shorty, trying to get some value, but
跟打仓鼠一样。
3 of them forced to jump up onto the box because of the incendiary placement. And Ardis does well to try and recover something, but again, bit of a throwaway round for G2. But now we're going to see the buy come out, and hopefully
来了。 只有1把2900啊，这边在防守方 PP 这边，进攻方是全起的，相当于是。
Question I have in my mind is, who was it that mentioned
A 大放枪 ，Angel 作为队伍里面唯一一个唯一1把2900，中路墙被破，正好墙破完之后，看一下进攻方转哪儿，佩斯翻他们先打一个，把对面唯一1把2900打掉，在 A 外，队友换枪，这是哪儿啊 ？Artist 电梯王。
Party Parrots moving all the way back over out of B right now, giving plenty of room for G2 to work with.
防守方很有意思啊，防守方放了2个人在 B 大，他们觉得 B 大外面有人 ，B 外有人，还真的蹲到了。David P 知道有人，但是这边是2个，哇 ，David P， 什么叫枪法过硬？丁斯也刚才应该是在，哦，但是 SSK 跟少。 打断了下包，把人数扳平。但 SSK 没血了。 跳有2个 Q， 1个打了半血没有1/3血不到。再来一个 Q， 这 Q 又炸到一点点血，但炸的位置是错的，在近点。摆到，看另外一侧 ，SSK 补掉了 DVP， 这样可以拆包11滴血，非常漂亮。哇，这怎么G2这剧情拿的剧本也不太对啊？拿的是第1123这个剧情吧？兄弟，千万不要拿错剧本啊！我怎么感觉你拿的是飞1123那个剧本
？Again, really good retake. I thought it kind of fallen apart, but they still did get the spike down. So 300 credits going into the bank.
这不会被翻了吧？G2。稳住啊，兄弟！一样稳住。
But
对分肯定要E了，没办法。
Again, Party Parrots holding strong, and even after a fantastic play from David P to shut down both threats in Garage, like I said, once that B split comes in, Garage becomes a huge factor. You can give up Heaven control, give up sight, as long as you don't have 2 factors to worry about on the retake. So David P doing fantastic there.
中路烟丢电梯房，再丢一个，中路帮了2颗烟进攻方。中路开始放枪，好，这边直接把 B Heaven 强掉啊！而且你还不知道这个墙的位置，你上来才会看到这个墙，很尴尬。这边Artis 墙过墙车，可以的。拿到了一点点信息，知道那边 B Heaven 还是有人的。直接 Sage 大 Raze 大招，越墙轰没轰到，漏枪这个位置知道你在这儿了，直接 Brimstone 大招逼你出来，但 Artis 没有能够截住对面，这个位置出了一点点问题啊，对面这个 B Heaven 拿的地方有点多，这个位置哦，还有枪没出问题，但自己很危险。Artis 39滴血回去奶一口，3打3，没错，捡枪，缴到不少枪啊。大包，我就要拉瑞斯大招，不拉感觉不行。建议拉了先轰一下弹点啊。哎 ，PP 非常漂亮，少先截了一个尾，然后直接来开始轰弹点，各种技能招呼，轰起来直接带你走 ，RPG 1打3 ，Mixwell， 哇，没机会 ，SSK 再一次残局里面挽救队伍。然后钱这边经济是让给队友。
He would have put it down to a 1v1 and potentially be able to clutch something out there, but good retake again. And Party Parrots put 4 rounds up unanswered right now, but 2
遇到一点点惊险的一搜，并没有让对面翻盘，让对面一搜翻盘。
They are getting the entries. It's just
G2 这个大分必须要拿。还好对面不是特别富，只要 G2 能把分数往回带，对面的经济其实也不是特别夸张。
The rounds they're not necessarily equipped to win.
Feels like Party Parrots is perfectly fine surrendering points, allowing the spike to go down and
executing
a beautiful retake over and over.
墙啊，没
going ahead and throwing down the wall, getting a little bit more space to work with. Angel doing a peek around the side of this.
直接打掉。
No real vision coming in.
好像炸掉了。他那个速度好像炸掉了。
That's going around back over towards mid and back towards A.
炸掉，他发用2个 Q 炸掉。Ding
connects with a good shot by
Ding 这是在哪儿狙的 ？A 加哇 ，A 加一杆长，一个长杆。 直接推掉了在试图 A 大找事的 Mixwell 不知道是不是对局啊？刚才 Mixwell 也没什么声音，这几盘 Artis 下电梯已经意识到味道有点不太对了，但是 A 大也有人 ，A 点的协同进攻 ，Artis 电梯房突然上来，但是 Artis 反打一个 DVP 拉复活，这一分手一个人是优势。 4打2，在这个大枪局，G2终于看到了希望。Cypher 大招也是揭露了最后2人的位置。那么问题来了，这2人会不会是？确实有一些技能。有一颗烟，但最关键的是自己手上有一个 Bridge 的大招。如果他们要去重新抢回这个点的话 ，Bridge 大招是最好用的。David P 想去找人，但这个位置被对面先架到了 ，SSK 非常有经验。SSK 这真的老练啊！
Actually, a couple of G2 members could
Angel
lose
在
their
绕对面的
weapons
屁股
here if they're not careful. Angel's timed this perfectly.
Angel
It is ring around the
漂亮
on both sides. Good pickup coming up from Angel. Now going for the reposition back over. Could have a chance to
这
spot
分
another
输
one.
是输了，但是
Not gonna get line of sight, though,
啊，队友
so
给了
that's
烟
gonna be finally
这个位
G2
置
picking
强
up
保
the
这两
round. Like the spray, never know.
怎么感觉
Might get something out of it.
G2
So
刚
helps
跟
out
刚才
their
要
economy just
输
a
了要
touch.
保
And
枪的
see
一
what
样
we've，got moving in as a whole bunch of big boy guns.
两边都可以起枪，但是这边 Dinks 这是一个
And
破产的局
finally
面。
gonna see Mixwell activated
不
with
过
the
对面其实也没好到
operator.
哪里去。
Now I expect to see them kind of
自己
switch
一定
things
赢
up a little bit and try and work around that first blood, work around Mixwell being able to aggress the situation in mid and get those early round pickoffs. See if he's actually going to opt to try and hold this B garage push here. And two players stacked up here. The flashpoint probably going to come
掉
through.
会被抽一枪。
Actually, the X-ray just lining up perfectly, but Mixwell no idea. The slow goes in. That might actually isolate one of these players.
Mixwell and crew retreating back over, looking like they're play back towards mid, trying to use
这
the
边双方在
opening
B
that
外面
they
都
provided
丢了一
off
波
the
道具之后
side
，Artis
of the
中路发现这边的墙
Holding up on the side of it is going to be Sage. As you can see, the wall
一个
has
防守
come
墙
down now, not wanting to commit to trying to
Dinks
take
J
down
在架
just
铁板
yet. Dinks playing back behind
对
this
面
one, looking back over towards ropes.
都会来
Position comes out on the other
兄
side
弟
of it.
你要不要
It's
漏
a
酒
Cypher versus Cypher play. Mid still being a little bit of a congestion point as
感觉跟
Dinks
故意
coming back forth.
感觉跟故意的一样，
It's like he knows.
Do a little
Look.
dance. Do a dance. There you go. Just throw it back and forth.
就真的感觉
Dance
跟
back
故意
with
的
it,
一样。
Dinks. Naturally,
但
he
其实
can't
对面
see
也看
what's
不见，不
happening
好
as
意
we
思。
got the eye in the sky, but full on reposition coming out from G2.
抓 A 了要，
Coming back down through tunnels. Looks
看
like
一下
it's
这
going
边
to be an A
G2
push
定队
coming out from the point.
满技能的 Raze
Have to see how
来
well
了
Dinks
，Mixwell
can
开大，哦，真香！
does manage to connect
这
on
项也
hit.
太帅了
Nice flick back
把这边
over on
Cypher
that.
Raze
Joe
打
gonna
这边
come
欧
out
门
on
打
the
回
other
去，
side,
但
does
自
go
己是
down,
被
but
标
Artis is
加
gonna take him off the
枪
point.
打掉
He's trying to go for
正好
another
Dinks 这也不是特别的安全
defensive side of it, but doesn't have a
单打
lot
4
to
G2 。
work with just quite yet. Reinforcements
这边有
are
一个
coming up
Bridge
back
大招，有一个
behind
Sage
the
大招
spawn point.
，Angel 在海本上面，
Over as Angel trying to play
海本
back
是防守王的
over
控
towards
制
the top
，Artis
spot
先
out
出枪
one. Artis is gonna provide a little
，Angel
bit
只
of
看到了
support
尸体。
down David. Now
最
everybody
后两个人
up
都在
inside
1楼，
head
但是
absolutely
G2
managed
这边
to get
Artis
down
一个
just
低打
quite
高
yet as Artis
把
is
Angel
still
打掉，两个人都在
continuing
包
to
点
hold
拉复
over.
活，
Yeah, that's it.
直接 Bridge 打到红点
As well as the rolling thunder, that's
但
actually
是
gonna deny
Artis
the plot. No, it doesn't. Spike goes down, and Artis will find
Artis
Dinks
这个雷炸
with
死
the
了一个
paint
人，
shell, so
再来把人逼出来，但是 Artis
Artis gonna find his
啊
fourth.
还好这
Actually,
边
Angel's
SS 可
gonna
以跟
shut him
Angel 稳
down
住。
and- I mean, finally shut him down. Artis just having such an impact on this round in particular.
Artis 杀了
The Party
4个，
Parrots will keep 2 alive and get the defuse on the board. Really impressive start here from the Parrots on split. But again, G2 get themselves into a spike plant situation, and the retake is just... It's so strong from the Parrots right now. They're happy to back up, like I said, give away site control,
但
regroup.
是没有一个人啊，有一个人可以起得起2分9，那个人起完之后是个半，是个裸体。
SSK is 7-1-2 right now. He has been a core component of every single one of their retakes. Every single time he managed to stay alive and feels like he is the engine that's just pushing Party Parrots to go after the retake, and it's successful.
中路减速
Time
球
and time again as
，Artis 下枪穿射，这好高啊！他这个枪怎么飘这么高？
Seeing if maybe he can get something out of it. Shell's gonna go ahead and throw down the boom bot, see if maybe he can get a lucky
找了机
connection.
器人
That one,
打
but
信
should
息
be able to get picked up very quickly. As
单人出
pistols are
枪
now coming
是要
out
这个
from
位置，什么时候
G2,
开
and
始丢
this is
技
a
能？
very disadvantaged fight as they are all stacking
这个位置
up
啊，
on
杀掉
top
一
of
个
each
也
other.
就这样了。
It is
哎
a massacre off on this point, but Patatek does
，Party
manage to
Tech
survive
捡一
through
把
it.
大局，创造
The
奇
problem
迹
is。he definitely does not have numbers in his
1打3
favor. There
其实
is
后
a
面有来人
ton
了
of people coming up back
没机
behind
会
him. Spray's gonna come through, and Angel's gonna go ahead and take this one out.
大局还回来，
Again, I like it though. On the eco round, they just opt to try and go
打
for
掉
this
2把
kind
枪
of
这个意思，
Zerg attack onto
只能
heaven
这样了。
and try and get something done, but it's just an absolute feasting frenzy from the Parrots. Dinks shutting down 2 of them, and also again the operator gets saved as well. That's important in terms of economy. That will go back into the hands of Dinks, and
G2 有钱的，
back
上一
on
分
a
1
buy
过。
round now, and I mean at this point, need to get something rolling, Matt, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
G2 这个
the
开局
advantage
真的不太对
definitely
味
going
儿啊！
towards Party Parrots right now. Specifically, we're seeing a little bit of a struggle in these early
包在
fights.
下水道，
A lot of opening
Dinks
shots.
J
that are
抽一枪
coming
没
out.
抽到。
Party Parrots are just managing to connect.
这
Specifically,
你看 PP 的防守还挺奇怪的，
again, it's
一般都是让这个
test
Sage
point.
直接去这个
By a little bit more
B
space and
2
time,
楼
trying，to take
他是
him out.
一定要让
Mixwell
Sage 先在
right
电梯
by
房
him.
支架
Start， cover, buying a little
然后
bit
再
more
交墙
space
过
to
去
work with as Mixwell has opted
这个其实
to
风险
play
很大
back。against that wall. Meanwhile, Garage, there's a little bit of aggression coming through. So Artis now knows he has
必点
two
3
different
个人
points that
啊
he's trying to keep a
一个人
little
在
bit of an
Heaven，
eye
2个
on.
人在
Has to be
点数
extremely careful. Here comes
看到
the
人
push-up
经典的减速球。这 Brimstone 大招要出事了。这个位置 Angel 的大招造成了巨大的影响力。最后一个是在 DVP 这边，但是你下墙也暴露了自己的位置，出枪 Angel 非常稳，一个3杀，哇！这个 Brimstone 大招真的爽，而且脚下有减速球对面。
I absolutely love the way Artist plays contact on Heaven there. The paranoia gets sent through. He's playing well away from that. Doesn't get any value off of that. But then after that, Artist sort of baiting them into a position where they have to fall to hell. The slow orb goes down, and then the orbital strike getting invested just cuts off that entire section of the map and forces G2 into these really weird corner spots. It just. I mean, an absolute clinic getting put on right now.
这篇英文流在说是 Artist 引诱他们过来的，我不太信。
They have a response for every single thing that G2 is.
我觉得 Artist 不会想说把他们引诱过来，他巴不得里面就直接架死。
Got to read on how they want to play this one out. SSK prepping up just a little bit, saying if maybe.
又一了。
I don't think he's going to probably release that one just quite yet.
小船
Looks like
门口发言
trying to find some type of approach angle to work with. Artist dancing around on ropes has somebody right over their next.
隔壁做邻居传射。
For just a second as the push is now
你
coming
来
in
传
from
死
mid.
你！
G2 starting to play back over.
芝麻
has to be careful, but the wall does go down. Now Artist has got to be a little bit more careful with this.
Artist 听到强迫了，这个时候有点担心，这样的话这个铁板完全交给队友。Angel 是看到露胳膊了吗？
The second time we've seen that wall get used in such a way.
Artist 回去守电梯房 ，B 点只放了一个。
Spike still headed over towards ropes and
我们天连有人，哦哟，这一枪，
Artist didn't spot
这一枪
David P there, but
单针拉枪。 哎呀，这就没什么机会了呀 ！Pith 打了 Artist 的中路，但是这个包是完全被夹死的。
And Pith stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I don't know if they're going to be able to get anything going. Yeah, Angel's just going to swing wide on this one. He's going to find himself 2 more. That's 3 on the round for him. Really good stuff. But again, another throwaway round for G2. They've got themselves in this economic position now where they just can't build any momentum.
Yeah, at 8-1 right now, this is going to be a very difficult situation to come back from, especially given how money just is not inside their favor.
不是，这图好像是G2选的呀。
See the repositions coming through as defensive line has been holding strong.
我觉得还是那句话，你上半场如果拿个3分，是心理上的及格线。
Round after round, that is just slipping like sand through their fingers, and they just can't find a way to make anything work.
You see a heavy stack over towards A main here. Dark cover going to cover the push up outside Mayo, and Artist going to fall all the way back to Heaven. But oh, actually, there's a gap in the cage, and Dinks will find Pith through that. That's a big kill to stop that push up to ramp. And you can see as soon as they get the first kill, they know the push is coming out here. Party Parrots pull all the way back. Shower the fantastic.
上来又是一个5打2，那咋办呢？枪械的劣势。
Now Angel finds Ardis. And again, G2 just stopped in their tracks before they can get into the
这分是 EZO 吧
Now trapped and going for a long reposition around. You can see having to go back down to try to find the spike.
电梯房啊，不是 EZO 吗？啊，不是 EZO 啊，这个大粉。哇，那这要拉复活吗，兄弟？我建议你拉复活，不拉复活没法打，一定要拉。3打4，但是3个人都，啊，这位置完了，拜拜。
Right as soon as the
火烤 Artist， 这复活用了，人又死了 ，DVP 心态爆炸。
Resurrection doesn't get any value at all.
不是，对面现在连个 Cypher 的帽子都懒得扔，你发现没有
？What the hell does he do from here? His back is literally against the wall, and it looks like everybody is just starting to retreat this one out. Spike moving back over towards spawn with nothing that G2 can manage.
要保了 ，G2 这分要保，因为 G2 这分是个大分，而且 Mixwell 好像是个大局。哇，9比1，而且下一分你们俩保了，不代表队友都起得起枪啊。 Mixwell 那个半甲好像是空掉了，他要买新甲的。
The push is coming through. Dinks gets first blood. He doesn't have to re-challenge there. He gets back to screen, ready to kind of play that retake. But then the push through heaven gets stopped as well. And obviously the orbital.
不太对劲，有人钱已经溢出来了 ，Angel 的钱已经炸裂了。
Counters to a revive coming through.
不是，为什么 Artist 才自己买枪啊，大哥？让你队友给你买啊，你队友有些钱已经淤出来了。对面是先利用牢笼狙一个，然后 Shell 开技能炸脚下，所以变成了5打3。就很难打了。
Yeah, just the setup from Paris is so good there, and the way they peel
back
and choose the way to
直接 run， 然后被笑和 Angel 刷2个头，无损刷头，开始丢雷这个位置，这一分白给的，没办法。而且大哥，你如果这一分要这么打，你告诉我你上一分保的2把枪的意义在哪里呢？不是真的，如果你这分要这么打，拿个大狙 raw A， 那你刚才那一分保了这把大狙和1把步枪的意义在哪里呢？我觉得没有意义啊。这把枪回来缴的，如果我是拍 PP 的话，哇，还没狙到，一波领换5 ，10比1，你别最后整个11比1啊，兄弟。这一分也很勉强，有3个人是起不了2900的。我不信3000块钱你会起2900，起了一把2100，2个人是半甲。好，最后语音了一下钱，3把2900，一把 Stinger， 一把这个 Bulldog。这个被严重狙击 ，Angel 17-4，不过 Angel 这一盘确实是到目前为止打过的最好一盘，整体来说都最好的一盘。中路看了一下，没有兴趣跟你对枪，去 A， 因为 A 点做了很多声音，所以现在防守方默认 A 点是对手的主要攻方向。哎 ，Mixwell 这个被这个火圈推了。但是 Artist 在这个位置，镜头 Artist 在这个位置肯定要死的。这个位置 Artist 被逼得很惨，电梯方缴对一把枪 ，Angel 1换1，3打4 ，Mixwell 好像开大了。雷少被逼退，少好像漏脚步了吗？好像漏了吧？没漏。对，这边 Artist 终于是开胡，只剩最后2个人 ，Binks J 在 B 点深处，一个人在 B， 一个人在 A， 一个人守一个点的意思喽。Binks J 判断那边可能在 B 中。对面带包走电梯走 A， 大船 Raise 大招 Artist 对面缩在点那4点没有开枪，因为对面在开 Raise 大招，开枪掉包，但 Raise 大招没有过来 ，SK 死前换了2个，这样的话给队友留了一个1打2的可能性。Binks J 进步，还有没有机会尸体丢个大，兄弟？有没有机会尸体丢个大？没有，直接是个狙啊！淡点一个 Mixwell， 铁板一个对面的不是铁板，这是 A Heaven 一个 Artist， 不是很好处理，他没有换步枪的机会，有点可惜。放摄像头根本就没有打算看，因为知道你一定会打。他上去换步枪，这不换步枪吗？Mixwell 已经在瞄 Heaven 了，这个位置，但是有一个牵手架枪，错过了啊，没机会。终于 Artist 是拿到这一个4杀，帮助队友拿到这，但是2比10。上半场。
Start for G2, and again we talk about having mountains to climb in the second half. Matt, 10-2 is the scoreline coming into it.
I have to say, I am 100% impressed with party parents right now. Angel, SSK, Artist, Dinks, Xiao, these guys are stepping up. But now let's see how it happens whenever now they have to be making the attack. G2, 10-2 scoreline. They can't.
这个上半场非常糟糕，跟刚才的 Fish 123一样糟糕，就恰恰好分数也是2比10。那这个就是个大分，上来就守上去就是个大分。如果丢了，直接赛点键。中路互相开车。严 Q Artist 的 Q 分早丢了 ，Artist 只买了一个 Q 一个雷。我们看一下这边换边之后 ，PP 的进攻会怎么来打？准备来 rub B 了，应该买了墙，我猜他们应该会近点放墙，然后直接走这个 B 大近点放包。而且应该会把B Heaven 淹掉吧？准备下烟，丢闪丢烟，烟也下了，墙也下了，这边直接硬拉，哇！笑这个意识到这个地方有人啊，但自己血线很低，没有机会补枪。Artist 又是一个4杀，但是 Artist 被 Artist 的终结 ，Artist 没有奶线了吗？有，但是来不及回血，我感觉来不及回血啊，这个直接被 DVP 打掉。终于下半场第1分是拿到这边 G2，Artist 真的是感觉唯一这边 G2 清醒的人，其他人感觉都在睡觉。Artist 刚才结束那一分也是，这一分也很关键。
This is huge stuff, and that's a very important round to get the pistol.
下来这一分 ，PP 应该会选择1。
And hopefully now we're going to see them string a few. I'd said it in the previous series, and it didn't end up happening. But pistol round on the board, you got to think it's a good chance to string a 3 rounds together.
And by God, they need it at this point. Just look at the mess of explosions and utility that was used to start that one off. You can call it
我觉得不是心态不，就 G2 这个队伍，其实之前英文流解说也在说，就这个队伍感觉逆风局的时候没人讲话，就看他们个人视角，你就会知道他们大概沟通的状况嘛。Peace。
Again, G2 going for that early swing out.
往外压就会有风险，哎，安就很耐心啊，这把枪缴到，但是有2个人是残血，因为 PP 只能选择奶1个人，我猜他会奶安九啊，果然安九已经被奶满了。我说什么来着？安九就是大哥。5人走中。打 B 还是 A？ 我觉得啊，抢电梯走 B， 直接上了 raw 点，但是这个位置被对面一通爽点，哦呦，这个被2个人刷完，我其实觉得不是特别应该啊，因为对面也就是手枪而已，最多你手枪烂了一点。对啊，2个人都手枪，这被2个人直接刷完了还行。Maxwell 跟 David P 顶住啊，一个60度角的枪性。但我觉得有可能进攻方几个人叠在一起了吧，估计视线也不是特别好。但这一分无论如何将是大枪局，又是一个大分。
Playing on this Brimstone, managing to find a lot of really good plays out of it. Going to be kind of the point man looking back over towards mid right now. Firm, strong defense coming back over, although there is one player playing all the way back over towards defender spawn right now for kind of an interesting play to come through there. It looks like the G2 finally going on the move. Maybe he just needed to like sit and chat or something, look at something. Looks like he's going to be able to move back over to heaven with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, we're going to see another push out of Sushi into mid. But again, we have David and Mixwell, which we said we always see them stack up together here inside Mail. So we do have a tactical pause here, guys. So apologies for that. Maybe just an issue at the start of the round. We did see a couple of people lagging behind in spawns, but I'm sure this one going to get underway, and there we go. We're going to see round 15 get underway. And again, Pipe swing out with 3 towards mid. David
，A 也非常放人。哦呦 ，Maxwell 在被全白的情况下，啊不对，这是 David P 被白了，好像不对，好像是 Maxwell 被白了，但是是预秒被狙掉的。上来死了 Brimstone 很伤啊，没烟了。他们是带了一个单烟位啊，优势很大这一分 Maxwell G2。Maxwell 再架，因为没有烟对他来说架枪是一个好事情。对面走电梯，走下水道，换 A。
Start their run back over towards tunnels and A, and that could be a huge detriment for G2's information gathering.
但是我们看到没有人知道 G2 这边没有拿到什么信息啊。G2 没有什么技能是在自己就外围去获信息，比如说 Sova， 对吧？比如说他 Cypher 也不太，这个位置，哇，所有人一起往后跑，这个位置差点被轰傻，但是也给了时间去防守到位。2个 Q 炸残，但是不会被补枪，互刷穿了之后2换2，1打2的残局。大跳，哎呦，这个 RTS 大跳时间也不太够了。残局打赢，这样的话 Fisher PP 可能又要1了。这能翻那是真的牛皮。2比10如果能翻是真的可以。
Holding close contact, and then David P with the Phantom playing off of that trade. It's not quite baiting, but you know, putting the Spectres in their best possible use. Playing up close, and again, I mean, Ardis is unfortunate there. He popped the showstopper maybe just a little too early and gave them an opportunity to back up, but it definitely slowed the push down nonetheless.
Party Pirates have managed to make themselves good performance on their defensive line, but haven't been able to pick up too much just quite yet. David P is going to go ahead and throw out the slow orb, still doing a little stall back over towards here, but it's going to be SSK to manage to connect with a good headshot towards the mid-fight. Trying to slow him down just a touch as it looks like a reposition back over towards tunnels. Going to be another push, seeing if maybe they can find success this time around, but it's going to be Patatek going for a reposition back over towards heaven, trying to get a better lead, as it looks like he has
那现在 A 防守队员不够，你这次又没有 Sova 这个 Raze 大招，但是 Party Tech 直接刷2个，烟下晚了呀，冲早了，烟下晚了。Q 和芝麻一起丢，哎呦，这波协同出了点问题，是要炸了1个，但是也就到此为止了。6比10，比分已经迫近不少了。下半场目前还1分未得。
Saw him have a big performance yesterday as well. So at this point, Party of Parrots have shown the fact that they have the defense on lockdown. But oh, that's just like a pixel tap right between there. They never even saw that one coming. All right, let's see. It looks like a strong push going to be coming out from Party Parrots back over towards A.
Yeah, and again, they're set up to try and force the issue, and maybe this is a little bit of psychological warfare. They're like, yeah, they're not going to go A 3 times in a row. It's never going to happen. But you see Dark Cover going to go out. Pat actually going to lose his life.
Angel 突然一个直架，下烟，交 Raze 大招，这样的话把你逼走，你不敢去 Heaven。Mixwell 不敢去 Heaven 探头，这是一个威慑性的 Raze 大招，确实轰了 A Heaven。Mixwell 交大，但是对手先狙到一个，这个位置有 Brimstone 大招，要出去，漂亮 ！Mixwell。哦呦，又标中一个 ，Piss 打一个，再狙一个 Mixwell。但是这2个人不知道位置，被技能命中，在烟里面 ，Mixwell 的自保。但是头顶 David P 打一个，这样的话也暴露了最后 SSK 的位置。Mixwell 知道 SSK 打的在哪里，就看这个刀了啊！时间不够了，要拆弹。终于拿到了下半场第1分 ，PP 11比6。哇 ，Mixwell 这分尽力了。Mixwell 这一分。这几个头。
read that situation. Maybe the spike was walled off from elbow, but SSK just reading into that gap perfectly. And again, he gets the audio cue of the tailwind being popped. At that point, Mixwell's
看一下，被火逼出去，先骑射秒一个。哇，这个真的在受压之下还能做到这一个，真的不容易。哇，这甩枪！干硬了哈 ！Mixwell 这次又是中路一声枪响，在对面 BY 先秒了一个，而且是带复活的 Sage 被秒了。打摄像头，这边在丢技能，但是少的精力非常集中，没有吃你这个谎啊！1换1 ，Sage 有复活，但死的太外面了，这个位置要拉复活也可以，但是一定要当心，要队友来帮。现在 Mixwell 在帮忙，在架要拉复活，现在准备你一拉复活我就冲 A， 我跟你说肯定是这样子的，你一拉复活我就冲 A， 你拉我就等你拉。A 下烟 ，David P 还没有拉，直接 Bridge 大招烟了，这时候就这次烟给的时机就刚刚好。之盲无所谓，我上铁板，先等一等。David P 还拉不拉复活了，兄弟？你要拉复活就赶快啊 ！Raze 大招轰掉带包的人，我好像不知道，没看到包，不知道他有没有听到包落地的声音。3打4 ，David P 还是不敢拉复活，因为不知道对面到底有多少人在 A。这边 Party Tech 打掉摄像头，那么也知道对面2楼应该是有卡4连的人，然后转。这时间不太够啊，要保吗？这一轮。不过3打4要保也行吧。11比7。
I'm okay with it. Again, they've got a couple of more rounds to play with. Should they choose to gamble on a couple, but G2 getting closer and closer, and you got to argue that they are building momentum, which you know is a huge factor in Valorant.
So now you can see offensive line starting to get set up. Approach looking like it's favoring back over towards A from the attackers. Party Parrots in a good position right now, still sitting at that 11-7 score line, but they have been surrendering a lot of points back over towards G2. I mean, it was coming out pretty dominant. I believe we were sitting at 10-2 on the swap.
直接直架 B 大，
just been G2 picking up round
让他打掉，要让 B 吗？我感觉有 RB 的意思。
Not going to spot out anybody just yet. Firm push coming out from the garage. But look at the high ground.
减速来了，这减速直接 rush 闪掉，但是 Peace 预瞄是对的，1换1，侧面架掉，店里面有人在混，侧脑 ，David 进出有人，掉包，这一分 David P 漂亮，8比11，而且对面要 E 啊 ，PB 没钱了吧？
No, really good defensive setup there. I love the cheeky little wall from David to get over.
硬 RB 我没看懂啊。 我不是很理解硬 RB 什么思路，这要被扳回来，现在真的要崩了，就差3分，然后拿不到，下半场现在只拿了1分。应该要 E 了，我觉得没钱了大概。
Now we're in a weird spot, and assuming that there was a reason Party Parrots opted to choose saving those 3 weapons, I got to assume now that they're not in the greatest position in terms of money. So this could be. This could be the turning point here if G2 can string together another couple of free rounds in terms of
哦 ，David P 又在 B 外直接抢架一个，又是对面带大刀的 Sage， 哇！已经2次是开头带大死了呀。作为一个带复活的 Sage 来说啊，这边电梯 ，Artis 帮自己解了燃眉之急。 这分没了，这分本来也是 ECO， 但是这样也会意味着自己的分数被带到了9比11。笑，这会在这个位置无事可做，出门直接被 DVP 狙到1波0换5 ，Flawless 拿下，追到2分分差，从8分追到2分。
Yeah, and this is when we see G2 really hit a stride we rarely see other teams get to, which is they capitalize off first blood so well. And again, Artis there with the backup in mid. David P finding that operator pick onto Artis was huge. But again, just as soon as that pick comes in, there's no more information on Garage. They swing out on mid. Artis finds 2. But David P's already repositioned to back him up there. And this momentum is rare to find in a team.
We talked about the mental state of how G2 is moving into a 10-2. At this point, we have to say that they have a rock-solid approach on every single game. Chow's trying to hold back over here, coming up from the ramps position. Looking back over and through, trying to figure out what's going on.
这分是个大分，超级大分。如果再输的话，就11平啊。PP 如果再输的话，就11平。就已经摸到电梯房了。这 David P 知道吗？这 David P 的丢冰球。哇，这轮到这边带大招的 Sage 先倒地了，烟，但是 Peace 马上过来利用牢笼补枪，1打1。
Still trying to get more information, looking back down towards his cage. Nobody's making the approach just quite yet. Chalice on the other side of this.
交了 Omen 的大船。
Potential take as everybody's starting to line up their way through ropes. Back that direction, but Chalice trying to get back around onto Artis. I don't know if Artis is going to be expecting this one as look at the
刚好错过
back around from Mixwell as
Artis 被 Shell 打掉 ，Mixwell 意识到自己前面有人，但是这边侧面 Mixwell 打掉了带包的人，但 Dix 也在杀，这一波有车啊，这暴露的位置 ，Artis 拉了 SSK 起来，这一分没机会，这一分没机会。我们看到甚至 PP 拉了 Raze 的大招，确保他这一分能够拿下。 大包，打掉一个，但 Party Tech 被所有人都知道位置，瞬间是乱枪穿死。12比9，还差1分。上半场拿了10分，下半场的3分是死活，真的是受尽折磨。也终于拿其中的2分了，还差1分。 当然，G2应该是有钱的，连追了很多分之后，G2肯定这一分是有钱的。啊，但刚才 DVP 这个失误，哎呦，这失误太大了，就带大招的 Sage 先倒地啊，这个就是问题，就是你在被淹的情况下，对面胆子非常大，对面是直接进步1个人摸到了电梯房，这胆子确实太大了，直接 Brimstone 大招，这哦不是，这是 Breach 的技能。冰球这次快交，DVP 是乱传，哦 ，Party Tech 在 AY 是抢掉一个，又是 Sage 吗？这抢掉的，但是 Angel 在这个位置，哎呀 ，Mixwell 怎么在电梯井里面啊？而且 Angel 带大了 ，SSK 打掉一个，这边直接轰逼 Heaven， 把你人逼出来，哇，这边 SSK 配合队友配合的非常好 ，Dings J 直 只有最后一个 DVP 了。上一轮第一个死的，这一轮活到了最后一个，但是打了一个，他要找人拉复活，他不拉复活是没有机会的。但对面包好远，对面这一波打的是没带包的，但对面会直接进 B， 因为 B 点已经守死了，而且自己的脚步声会被对面所有人都知道。SSK 去下包，但 SSK 也是带大招的那个人 ，Party Tech 先打掉，但是要马上补枪。2打1 ，SSK 下包之后有大，这个大招可以直接轰 ，SSK 躲到了 B 大 ，Raze 尝到了死点啊，这个墙还失误了 DVP， 这个墙失误了，没有能够上到高点。不过对面也不在死点，但是你只要拆包 ，SSK 直接给你丢大，他会把所有的技能全部都丢在手包上面。来了，假拆骗了一个大招，但 SSK 根本不会探。他还有其他技能，他的 C 键，他的再来，再打扰，应该一半还没拆到，闪到，没有机会，13比9 ，DVP 没有机会能够替上一局赎罪啊，13比9拿下。阿里巴巴下半场险些被翻盘，上半场拿了10分，10比2，下半场对手拿了7分，自己只拿了3分，但是就是下半场这个3比7已经足够他们拿下这一局看地图。
Dinks read the revive so well. He knew that Pat was the safest res. He flanks all the way through ropes into heaven, but SSK backing all the way out to garage. He finds obviously the rolling thunder goes through, stops the initial diffuse, then he's got the aftershock to come through and then plays off his flashpoint absolutely perfectly. A clutch round coming out from SSK, but